Cool. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I think we should start this episode because it's going to be in memory of a childhood hero for many of us.
Moment of silence. And we're good.
I wish we could do the bells, like the 10 bell.
Salute.
Yeah, like they did for Eddie Guerrero. You remember that? Did you watch WWE?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's still the worst day of my life, I think. I think it's only gotten better since then.
Chris Benoit also.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
I wasn't as much of a fan as Chris. So funny thing, right? The first time I had a smoker, like a smoker fight, kickboxing match, I fought a dude that was like 37, and I was like, I don't know, 20.
It was just in a gym, or was it like a VFW or something?
No, it was in a gym. Yeah. And I won, and I told this kid that I was working with at the time that I fought a guy that was 37, and I beat him, and he's like, damn, bro, that guy's got a whole family. He went home and Chris Benoit their ass after you beat the fuck out of him. I was like, maybe. He didn't, I don't know if that particular guy got hit in the head enough to go home and kill his family. Not as much as Chris Benoit.
Yeah, I know there's probably a fine line.
Yeah.
You know?
What do you mean? Like, what's enough for one person is different?
Be, like, that guy could have been the first time getting hit in the head, and he still would have done it anyway.
Maybe.
I don't know if you checked in on it or not. But
No, God, no.
on your conscience.
Yeah, rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, we just started talking about Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, Pee Wee Herman. Did you watch Pee Wee Herman growing up? I used to.
I don't really think I did. I saw the movies.
Yeah. Pee Wee's Playhouse and shit.
Yeah, I don't think I really watched Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, I don't know why that was such a hit. Because when you think about it, it's really, that's like a severely autistic person riding around on bicycles in like pink suits, and for whatever reason, it sold really well in I think it was the 90s. Because
it had to be.
Yeah. I mean, I was young, and my parents were putting me onto that. But they were the movies themselves were old. Yeah, I always thought it was creepy though. I don't know why it was ever appealing. Was there a generation of kids that actually really enjoyed that guy? Look at him. Him and Mr. Bean, I thought they were the
same.
I thought they were similar, but I think they were supposed to be similar, but I thought that they were both of them were dumb. I don't know why. I was never a fan of it. Like, I remember watching Pee Wee Herman as a kid and thinking it was like something that should be on Adult Swim.
Yeah, so the movies were in the 80s.
Okay. But he was on Adult Swim. That's why I'm remembering it.
And then 86 to 91 was the show. 14 Emmy Awards.
Wow. 14
nominations.
Okay, winning twice. Okay. Even still, I mean, that's a decent deal. And it's crazy how the worst thing that ever got out about him, I mean, maybe we'll learn more as we go through this article, but it was about him jerking off in the movie theater. Mm-hmm. Now, I feel like this is, like, right here we need to get the story straight because
Factoid I didn't know, though.
Okay.
That movie theater was showing X-rated films.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up, and we just confirmed it. I always thought
put some respect on Pee Wee's name.
Exactly. It's fine to do that.
What do you think
Yeah.
he's gonna do?
Who goes to one of those? I remember like those being a thing. Those are still kind of a thing, I guess, in New York.
All right. It's getting a little darker though.
What's happening?
In 2002, Rubens was charged with one misdemeanor count of possessing material depicting children engaged in sexual conduct.
Okay. All right.
Charge that was later dropped, with the actor pleading guilty to a charge of obscenity instead.
Wow, which is basically nothing. Obscenity's nothing now. It's
going, this is a roller coaster.
Exactly. I mean, you can't. That guy is exactly who you'd think a diddler would be. When you look at the character, and he was so successful off it, you don't just stop doing that. You know he's doing that in his real life. who's who here. Is that Pee Wee as an old man?
That's him, like, pretty recently.
Okay. So what's his name? Paul Rubens.
Paul Rubens.
They just figured Pee Wee was the way to do it. It's so strange how appeals change. Like, kids were entertained by this guy, and now there's probably a generation of kids who would be absolutely repulsed. Maybe I'm part of that. Maybe it's me on, because I was probably a little too late. But when I was watching it, it was on Adult Swim really late, which is weird, because this was supposed to be, I don't know, family-friendly shit, but Adult Swim was always craziness. And I always associated Adult Swim shows with fever dreams, because I would always wake up as a kid and sweating. And this motherfucker would be on TV.
The cartoons on Adult Swim were like kind of gnarly, like Courage the Cowardly Dog and stuff like that.
Oh, you're talking about Cartoon Network.
Wasn't that like Adult Swim just came on right after Cartoon Network?
Yes, but the Adult Swim was like
overlap, kind of, right?
Yeah. I mean, right before Adult Swim would come on, I think it was Courage the Cowardly Dog, because that one was a little creepy.
Yeah, it's like scary stuff.
Yeah, that fucking. Every kid that watched that show has that thing, remember in the desert, it's like from that show.
Yeah.
Everybody's
There's a lot of
got
weird things on the show.
Everyone's got that show ingrained. I mean, that image of that fucking thing ingrained. So I also thought it was really funny that he, which I brought up to you, he did a PSA talking about not doing crack in the 80s, which is that's like a slap in the face, because those PSAs usually were government funded. And guess what else was government funded? Crack. Lots of it. Was he an addict? Was he fucked up on drugs? Oh, drug ad. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought
was
it said
looking out
addict.
for the PSA that you were mentioning.
Yeah, right. Do you think we'd be able to play it? We probably could, right?
Probably at least play the audio.
Play the audio. Yeah, this would be nice. Oh, we can't.
Age restricted on YouTube. I think I'm old enough.
Are you sure? Do you know about crack? Okay, here it is. RIP Pee Wee. His best piece of work.
This is crack. Cocaine. It isn't glamorous or cool or kid stuff. It's the most addictive kind of cocaine, and it can kill you. What's really bad is nobody knows how much it takes. So every time you use it, you risk dying. It isn't worth it. Look, everybody wants to be cool, but doing it with crack isn't just wrong. It could be dead wrong.
And then they just show crack. Don't even try it. Jesus. Pee Wee Herman. Imagine you see that late at night or whenever they show. It wouldn't be late at night because they're talking to kids.
Titled Pee Wee Herman Talks About Crack.
Yeah. It's the most addictive kind. It's not cool or glamorous. Did anyone ever say that crack, even crackheads, I mean, I don't know, people who do other drugs. No one looks at crack as glamorous
Other
ever.
dead people talking about crack in the same channel.
Yeah,
Olivia
right.
Newton-John.
All in the 80s. What a
Bette Midler.
Bette Midler. That bitch.
Nancy Reagan.
Of course. Her husband, the fucking orchestrator of it all. Yeah. I mean, that's actually hilarious. I never really even... I haven't thought of this PSA since I was a child. I remember seeing it on YouTube on some... Do you remember... This is like old internet shit. Do you remember like the Nostalgia Critic? Did you ever get into that guy?
No.
Or the Angry Video Game Nerd?
No.
Okay, so this is like stupid shit. But anyway, the Nostalgia Critic would watch these old movies, or he'd watch like old TV shows or PSAs, and then he'd review them in like these 15-minute videos. And he did like a bunch of PSAs from the 80s or the 90s, and he brought that up. That was the last time I ever thought of that. And it took Pee Wee Herman dying not of crack, thankfully. Imagine if that happened.
Would have been pretty ironic, and we would have probably had the go-ahead to play the whole thing.
Right.
It'd be front and center.
Yeah, right. Jeez, don't do crack. He should have talked about AIDS, too, while he was at it. I don't know. I think he'll be missed, right, by some people. Some people had to have liked him. Okay, so I'm like looking at this sentence, the first sentence on this article. Paul Rubens, who found fame as the quirky man-child character Pee Wee Herman, has died.
Yeah, I feel like whoever wrote this CNN article didn't like him.
Yeah, right? Going through it. He's like, yeah, he died. He was 70. That's it. He tried watching kids fuck each other. He jerked off in a theater. Allegedly, right?
Charges were dropped.
Right. That's true. Obscenity. He pled to obscenity instead. Which is barely a law anymore. Obscenity is barely upheld anywhere. Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, rest in paradise, Pee Wee. You can jerk off anywhere you want now.
That's right. That's what heaven is, actually. It's you being able to jerk off wherever with whoever. Whenever as well, because time doesn't exist. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. I was really starting to imagine a landscape.
I don't know where you were gonna go with that
Yeah.
next one.
I don't know. I was trying to come up with a landscape where that sounds like heaven. Maybe you could do all that while like smoking cigarettes and not have anything bad happen to you.
Pour one out for Pee Wee.
I got real hammered the other day, and I don't know if you saw my story on Instagram, but I Google Map in my not Google Maps, Apple Maps. I typed in cigarettes.
I think I did too.
Yeah. That was fucking. I couldn't believe that when I saw that the next day. Anyway, what can I say, guys?
It probably led you to cigarettes, though. No.
No,
It's not accurate. Like you can't just.
I didn't have any.
It didn't just like.
The next day, I didn't remember having any. No, I mean
If you type in cigarettes on Apple Maps, though, it'll tell you where to buy cigarettes, though. No.
Sometimes it'll send you to like maybe a bodega,
Yeah.
and maybe they'll have cigarettes, or it'll send you to like a fucking cigar shop. Be like, here's tobacco products, or a smoke shop, or
cigarettes
something.
nearby.
Yeah, I know. It said nearby. See, smoke shop, tobacco shop. Maybe they have cigarettes. You'd think a tobacco shop would be able to sell cigarettes, but they don't always. I think it's a different license.
Vape shops probably don't.
No. Some of them do. They sell them like under the, under the thing. And they charge real cheap because
Under the old Pee Wee.
yeah, right under Pee Wee's nose. Anyway, fuck Pee Wee Herman. Next, we got this is actually really funny. I mean, last week we talked about bears, but this is hilarious. I mean, look at that. That's not a person.
Get this on the TV for them.
Okay, so there's a zoo in China that people are saying has people dressed up as bears in the bear exhibit walking around. This is a video. Nice.
Should I try and play it?
Sure.
Oh, it's in Chinese, so we don't need the audio.
Maybe. Dude.
It's a little weird.
It is weird, right? A zoo in eastern China is denying. That's strange. There we go. Now we got it. So we have to see. So sun bears. That thing looked real. That looked pretty real.
That last one looked a little suspect.
It's actually three kinds. Have people really never seen a bear stand? Dumb city folk. I'll have you know, bears don't stand like that. What is that now?
It's a snake eating itself.
Oh my God. That's fantastic.
Oh, a snake eating another snake.
That's a big fucking snake, dude. Holy shit. Thank God we don't do that. Okay, so maybe that bear is real, But let's see. A zoo in China has refused to grin and bear it. What? Who wrote this? The New York Post is terrible.
They're trying to sneak in puns.
A zoo in China has refused to
Barely believe it's real.
to grin and bear it after video of one of its bears standing on its hind legs. Blah, 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 address the wild allegations. Some people think, okay. So, some people think I stand like a person. It seems you don't understand me very well. So they responded in whatever their Chinese social media is over there. From the perspective of the bear, which kind of plays into the hand of it being a person.
Yeah, because bears don't go on social media.
Sure. Unless they got Winnie the Pooh in this bitch. Because of the way they stand, some people online question whether they're humans in disguise. Sun bears from Malaysia. Maybe we should look up sun bears from Malaysia standing, just to confirm.
In the name of science?
Yeah, maybe we should do that because, I mean, the funny thing is you can't put it past them, right? The Chinese, they're great. I'm actually reading some old Chinese philosophy. It's really hard to understand because they at least in those days, they wrote like Yoda speaks. So it's tough, right? They like to speak in riddles over there in China. Oh, wow, so it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's a little more high res of a photo, but
But we did. Wasn't there a fucking what was the other one where they had the dog
yeah, I have
as a
that.
lion?
I
Do we have that
op-
one?
I have it open, yeah.
Okay.
But these sun bears don't, on Google Images, don't look like that weird standing bear.
Right. That's the picture that we've been looking at, right?
That looks like he's even wearing like Timberlands or something.
Yeah.
That shit.
It looks like a costume, a complete costume.
So
What is that?
that's a sun bear in Indonesia.
Okay, so that's somewhere else. Maybe they just stand like that. Maybe we're going to get taken off TikTok again. We keep talking about China like this.
Oh, yeah. The Chinese virus.
Yeah, right. We're fucked. TikTok sucks anyway.
They're
I mean,
kinda cool looking bears though.
yeah, I mean they look like one of the ones you could probably fight. Tibetan Mastiff, those dogs are insane. Those things look like bears. That thing's a savage beast of a dog. Zoo in China substitutes dog for lion. Oh, so they didn't even put a dog in a lion costume. They just put a Tibetan Mastiff, which looks like a fucking beast of a dog. Huh.
So they do have history of subbing other things other than
What it's supposed to be.
what it's supposed to be for.
Right. Huh. I wonder. I mean, it's either that's one of the jobs you can get in China. You can either do that, or you can work at the Nike factory, or you can work at the Apple factory.
Yeah, you can make phones.
Yeah, you can do those things, or you can be a genius. You can be a genius. If you drink the blood of babies, maybe you get in on the whole cabal that they got going on, the communist cabal. That's right, we're coming after you, China. You're trying to cancel us off TikTok. That is funny though. I did one time. I think on YouTube, I got restricted or some shit on one of my episodes.
I'm surprised they took it down. Like sometimes
Yeah.
they'll just do like I don't know. Best not to play with it because then you get blacklisted and then
you're fucked.
you're just lost in the algorithm.
Right. I did appeal it though. I appealed it, so we're gonna see how fair the Chinese are over here.
Probably not fair at all.
Probably not. If they have fences on their skyscrapers so people don't kill themselves over at the factory over there. Yeah. You can't. I think we should start doing something like that. We should have our homeless dress up. It should be its own thing. It shouldn't be at the zoo with other animals, but it'll at least give drifters and homeless people something to
Jobs.
do. Yeah.
You can employ them.
But it'll be a different thing. It'll be like costume zoo.
Yeah. Yep.
Here's the other thing. Oh my God, I don't know if it was China or India. We got to look this up. The dude that spent like 20 grand to look like a dog, like a complete dog. He looks and he walks around on all fours and he rolls. I don't know where it happened. 15K. Japanese. Okay, that's close. That's another guy though. So this is a thing.
What currency is that?
Pound?
That's pound.
Yeah. So, okay, because that's from the UK. So, 15 American dollars? 15,000 American dollars for, I mean, who's selling that? I guess really when you have enough money.
Jesus Christ.
See?
Let's get it on the screen.
Look at that. This is a guy. This is a Japanese guy. Oh my God. Look at this. This guy, Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. He's in a fucking... That might have been racist, but he's in a...
You really just don't want to be on TikTok, huh?
Ni hao. That's a lot of money to pretend to be a dog. You know, sometimes it is nice, though, when other countries are doing wild, stupid shit like this.
See, like when you said he spent money to transform himself into a dog, I thought you meant like crazy surgeries.
Right.
But you just splurged on a costume.
A crazy costume. So there's something about the Asian community over there. I don't know. That's their... Play that video, though. That's the video that I saw on Twitter. Look at this. This guy he's bowing his head. He's the mask like the mouth moves.
What a weirdo.
Look at that, waving. Holy shit. I mean, that's some freaky shit. That is, I mean, spend your money. Spend your money, do whatever you want to do with it. Some people, they buy cars. They invest. Right? This guy's probably made his money. I'd like to know his background. Maybe he's a statesman. Maybe he's a man of the people.
He definitely overpaid though. Like,
you think? I don't know. If maybe because we've been staring at it, but if you were walking in a park and you just saw that walk by, maybe.
no. There's no way he walks like a real dog. He walks like a guy with elbows. Like,
Yeah, huh? That's probably true. Yeah, right? Then you get close. Yeah, it does look fake as shit. This guy's a bum, man.
15K.
But then again, who's the specialist that can make that? There's nobody that can make that. To make it better than that? I don't know.
Let's read the 269 replies and see if there's someone out there. They're in Chinese, okay.
Japanese, goddammit.
Oh, that was racist.
Don't. Yeah, exactly. We're already fucked.
Yeah.
This is going to be like a Shane Gillis thing. God forbid I ever get on SNL. Yeah, I don't know. I guess people, like I said, it is nice when people in other countries have got to a point where they can make enough money to do something like that, because that's definitely something someone here would do. Someone in
Here in
America.
this room?
So yeah, oh yeah, one of us. We'll figure out who soon enough. We keep talking about it. I'm gonna see if
You see me researching costume designers and while you're ranting about something else.
yeah, you're like 20K. This is way better.
I could do it for 25.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, that's something. That's like the furries fetish gone wild. That's a crazy fetish. Furries. People just fuck each other in costumes.
Yep.
Do you think that guy's?
They have conventions and everything.
Yeah, right. Do you think that guy's like a furry bestialist? Bestialist? I don't know what the word would be. He wants to get fucked by dogs.
Yeah, what else? What's the purpose?
I don't know.
Other than maybe some weird furry stuff.
Maybe he identifies as a dog. That may be the most logical thing. He probably identifies as a dog. I mean,
Well, he does now.
that doesn't defy logic. A man who was born a person identifies as a dog now. Obviously, that has to be the answer.
It's a good, say there's a home invasion. Instead of buying, a panic room, which could go for now $100,000, you just pretend to be the dog. So you don't get, shot or killed or injured. So maybe he was saving money.
Interesting. So would he be... I mean, that dog isn't like a guard dog.
No, that's
He
why
just
the
cowers?
people would
He's
just
like-
ignore him, yeah.
Yeah, he just sits there.
And the burglars would just go around him.
Right. That could be the case. All right. Now we're thinking that's one use. That is one use. So we figured out he could do that or he could fuck other dogs. What's next? Maybe he could downsize in life.
It's not like there's is there furry con where you get judged on your costume?
Maybe. There has to be. There has to be. The biggest... There's definitely, the biggest furry convention somewhere. Maybe Portland, Oregon. Right after they had the 48-hour...
Texas, maybe.
48-hour drag show we talked about a few weeks ago.
Furry conventions.
Yeah, there's a Wikipedia for furry conventions. That's insane. List of in-person furry conventions by attendance. That's great. If it exists, the internet has it. I also heard if it exists, there's porn of it. So that's another rule of the
FurryCon
internet.
calendar.
So many people have this bookmarked. Guys,
Belgium, Canada, Dallas,
wow, it's all over the world.
Sheridan of Denver, downtown Denver.
This is
Denver, they call it.
Denver. That's great. That's a pretty dope symbol. The Wild West Rocky Mountain Gold Rush. Foxes in Love.
It
Wow.
looks like it was definitely made in Weebly.com, a free
Website maker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Denver. But there's a lot of them. They might not be, they might not be the
Guests
biggest.
of honor.
What could there be? This Japanese guy. They got to get him.
He's a furry futurist.
Who's this? Atlas Mechanical Magnificus. Atlas is a funny futurist in Denver. Let's see. Futurist in Denver, developing new technologies and techniques for fandom. With all his creations, Atlas tries to find new and interesting ways of doing things and doesn't believe in keeping secrets. So he's a rapist. His workshop has prototyped new varieties of robotic tails, moving eyes, cooling vests, stilts, claws, and more with hopes his research will help fursuits of the future feel more alive and more enjoyable to wear. And hopefully you'll be able to strap a bomb underneath them and nobody will be able to notice. You'll be able to conceal a weapon. You'll be able to hide drugs. You will be able to, you'll be able to do anything.
Whatever you want.
This guy, he's Atlas the fucking Magnificus, whatever the fuck his name is.
Do whatever you want at a furry convention.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine the rules being...
And you're safe from home invasions.
Right. You're safe if, the Joker wanted to... Some other convention. Like Comic-Con. Do you like Comic-Con? Are you into that?
I've never been. I feel like it would be pretty cool to go maybe once.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't wear a costume, though.
No, right? The cosplay part's weird. It's the costume part that's weird of this shit. If you like animals and furry shit, fine.
But it makes sense to, if you like these comic book stars to want to go and take pictures with them and get their autograph. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's strange. I think. I've never been a fan of, superhero movies or anything.
No, I really like the Marvel movies, but I never went to, a Comic-Con or anything.
Right.
I spent $300 just to shake hands with Chris Hemsworth.
Fuck yeah. Everyone wants to touch Chris Hemsworth in some facet. Everybody. Yeah, I don't know. I went to see which one? Was it Endgame? No, not Endgame. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Endgame, that's the last one where Thanos loses.
Yep.
Thanos dies.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
That's a big one too, right? I remember working with this guy in Providence. I remember working at a restaurant, and this dude was super into the Marvel movies. And me and this one kid wanted to ruin it so bad for him by just saying Thanos dies. Thanos loses. I think we did. One time. I was like, I just walked in the kitchen. I'm like, hey, Nate, Thanos loses. And the dude, Mike, was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I only went for pussy, though, and I didn't get any. So it was...
That's why you spoiled the movie.
Yeah. That's right. That's gotta be
See,
it.
that's one, like, if you didn't see the 21 other movies prior, you may not be emotionally invested into the story.
Yeah. That's what everyone told me after I went.
And then you watched the 21 movies? Did
No.
you watch The Bear?
Oh shit! I said I would too. I haven't. I gotta stream it legally somewhere.
It's on Hulu,
Hulu. Okay.
I think.
Gotcha.
Because it's on FX, I think, on TV.
Right.
So Hulu has all of the FX shows.
FX. I remember FX. Couldn't you, when it was on TV? I mean, it's still on TV, but wasn't that you could get away with like some more swearing and shit? Wasn't that the whole thing?
Yeah, I think it took over for Spike TV.
Really?
Yeah, like Spike TV became FX.
Interesting. I actually didn't know that. I used to fucking love Spike TV, dude.
Yes, that's where all the UFC shows were on.
Hell yeah.
And then like what was the one where like they test like different like a gladiator versus Spartan or something?
Deadliest Warrior.
Deadliest
Deadliest Warrior was the shit. Me as a fucking middle school kid or younger, just fucking
Sick.
Dude, it was so cool. And they're like, look at all this technology, and we run it 1,000,000 times. It's like, this is great. And then they have a reenactment of it. And then,
Some of them were totally rigged, though, right?
yeah, like,
Or did they actually? Do you think they actually had a computer generate the scenarios, or did they just shoot what would look the coolest?
that's a good point. I never thought of that. I think they had to have.
Like if they had Navy SEALs versus like...
That one is the only one I'm thinking of that may have been... Because they're not going to say the Spetsnaz beats the Navy
I feel
SEALs.
like they might have...
What do you mean?
I feel like they might have had the Spetsnaz win. I don't remember the actual outcome.
No, the SEALs won.
The SEALs won?
The SEALs won.
Yeah.
And that... Because I remember that. Because I remember, like... And they won because they did like a big bracket at the end of best modern warrior and best ancient warrior.
Yeah.
And the SEALs won that one too. So I was like, of course the SEALs, they're not going to have the fucking Russians win.
And it's always in like a dramatic fashion at the end. It always comes down like to 1-on-1.
Yeah.
It'll be like a 6-on-6 fight and then like...
And then right after that is the fucking Ultimate Fighter. And then after that is Mansers. Or 1,000 Ways to Die.
1,000 Ways to Die was another good one.
And it's like fucking... No wonder we're all fucked up. It was just murder and death.
Spike TV
And fucking Cartoon Network, Adult Swim. Both of those, you just go back and forth.
Courage, Cowardly Dog, and Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah. Freaky shit. So you didn't... What? Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell. Today's a bit of a struggle episode. I slept like dog shit, and then I worked a really busy shift at work. I was the only one there, like working.
Just running around.
Mad tables all over the place outside. People in New York, they're all cunts. Everybody needs something at the same time. It's crazy because I'm in the Upper West Side, so it's all...
Yeah, it's all residential up there.
Yeah, and it's all these either families or tourists, foreign fucking people. God damn it. And a lot of gays come through. Comedy club downstairs, but it's in the daytime it's murderous. Because I'm all alone, I got to make the drinks. Sucks. Anyway, that's why we're here. doing it this way. We're kind of, fucking around.
Start off with Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go with Pee Wee Herman. He was in other shit too. He was in that movie Blow. as a drug dealer selling cocaine, actually, which is nice.
Turns out he was very much so against it, so he says.
Yeah, until that paycheck started talking to him.
He probably spent that exact check on crack.
Yeah, right. Why wouldn't he? I mean, he was the man child. What don't man children have to do that? Smoke crack. If people who smoke crack are man children. Yeah, I think that'll be the name of today's episode.
The man children?
No, people who smoke crack are man children.
That's a long title.
I know it is, but I do like it. It rolls off the tongue.
Just like the bear.
Yeah, right, the bear.
The bear that stands up on his hind legs.
In China. That one doesn't cook, right? Imagine that one started cooking.
See, that would...
Now, that would mess everything up. He's not gay
that
either.
That would really get the conspiracy theorists going if that bear started cooking, like if he had a frying pan in his cage, because then it would be like the most expensive ad campaign for the bear ever.
Right. That's true. But now you're mixing everything up because it has to be the ultimate bear, so that bear has to be gay. So every sense of it has to be. It has to be, or else it doesn't fucking...
Okay.
We need bearception here. That's how this fucking plays out. I feel like I need to ask, do you like to gamble on the fights?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So I know before we started you said you put a little on Pajeda, or you were gonna.
I was gonna.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I was at the baseball games. I didn't know. I don't like to bet and not watch it.
Yes.
So I didn't know if I was gonna be able to like sit and watch the fight. So I didn't end up putting any money on it.
Right.
But I was leaning towards Alex Pereira knockout.
Damn.
And I feel like he had him in trouble in the second and third round a couple times.
Right. That was the one that was on. I was at Dave & Buster's, and above...
That's a great spot to watch.
Yeah, it's awesome. And above that was T-Bud Spence.
Yeah.
So I was watching that one because I had more money on that one. And that fight was fantastic. But I don't know, dude. Pajeda, I think that might have been his toughest test at light heavyweight right now. Maybe Jamal when he comes back, but I think he runs through Yuri.
Yeah, no one's ever like even. He was like walking Jan down the whole time.
Yeah, the second I remember looking up, I'm like, fuck.
Nobody's ever done that.
Yeah, right. He's big as shit. And I mean, who's a great wrestler in that weight class? Jan might be the best one.
At 205, I could pull up the rankings because I feel like there's got to be someone that we're not thinking of.
Yeah. I mean, oh no, Ankalaev. There we go. Ankalaev definitely.
205 is definitely like.
It's open.
Yeah, it's open.
It's open. I thought Ankalaev got robbed when he fought Jan. I didn't think it was a draw. At least when I saw it. But I was also really impressed with how Ankalaev changed his game plan. But this fight, I mean, maybe Pajeda was I mean, for sure he was gassed because he got wrestled in the first round and kind of dominated.
It's, Yuri, Jamal, Ankalaev, Jan, Rakik.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him.
Johnny Walker. All strikers, though.
Right.
Anthony Smith.
Right.
Brian Spann. And
It's all strikers.
Yeah.
It's really only Ankalaev. And he can do both. I mean, he pretty much dominated Jan on the ground when they fought because he had to. He was getting the shit kicked out of his legs.
Dagestanis.
Yeah, they live for that. They're the ones wrestling the fucking standing bears. Krylov is a bad motherfucker too, but he doesn't wrestle much.
Yeah, you got to go all the way down to Khalil Roundtree for the next actual like wrestler.
Right, and he barely wrestles in his fights.
Yeah.
He's more of a knee stomper. Sad night for Tony Ferguson. I bet with my heart on that one. I also like the odds. He was plus 240. He was fighting Bobby Green, kind of old too. Still better than Tony Ferguson, but
Yeah.
sucks, dude.
How many? That's like 5 or 6 straight losses for
5.
Tony.
Yeah, 2 of them. 3 of them he got finished. Justin, that fight got waved off at the end.
Doctor stoppage, right?
Yep.
Nate Dr. Stoppage, right?
Oh no, he got choked out in that one.
Did
He got
ended up getting
subbed.
a choke?
Yeah, he got guillotined. And then this one, he got choked out. Michael Chandler kicked him in the fucking chin.
Ooh, put him in the shadow realm.
Oh man. And then the only two, and then dude ripped his arm apart. Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
Benil Dariush ripped his leg apart.
These guys.
He's fucked. And then he just got choked out again. I mean, it's wild. And he dropped Bobby. He dropped him in the beginning. It was more like an off-balance thing, but he still, it looked like old Tony. And you're like, oh, yes, especially because I had money on him.
Yeah, I don't even see him listed in the rankings.
Tony?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely not anymore. That's fucking... What an unfortunate career. I mean, I guess you don't have to look at it that way, but this last skid is sucks.
It's always brutal when they go out on their sword like this, like how he or BJ Penn did, like just on straight losses.
Right. BJ got fucking mauled when he came back. He fought Yair. That's terrible. So Tony fucking lost money on him. Kevin Holland, he choked out fucking Chiesa.
Yeah, I thought Chiesa was going to win, but I guess a little bit of ring rust there because Chiesa hadn't fought in a while.
Yeah. I bet Holland by sub. I put $5 on that and made like, I don't know, $60 or something.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Probably like what was it, like plus 360 or something like that?
Plus 550. It was crazy. Or 500, something like that. But yeah, that was a good one. And then obviously Justin Gaethje, holy shit. Head kick, headshot, bang, Leon Edwards style.
I thought Poirier easily won that first round too.
Yeah.
Like handedly.
Uh-huh. And then he just fucking right hand.
That's the same arena that Kamaru got hit with the same kick though, right?
Was it? Utah. Yeah.
Salt Lake City?
Yeah, right? Holy shit. And he was there. He bugged when he watched that. He was like, ah. Crazy, dude. That's nuts. And Dustin was in, like, people don't understand when you get kicked in the fucking head like that, it's a baseball bat. Like,
yeah.
It
was flush. Flush foot and shin right on the top of the cranium.
And he just he's like, yeah, he was cool as shit after it. It was like he didn't even get kicked in the head, but it was brutal. You never... Last time you saw him stiff like that was Michael Johnson, like 7 years ago.
Yeah, he's never really been
put out.
Like his even... actually, Connor finished him, but...
Yep. That's right. Connor finished him early on when he was cutting to 145. I don't think it was good.
Yeah.
He really came into his own at 155.
But a big win for Gaethje, too.
I know. That stupid belt, that BMF. Like, it was good for the one-off.
Yeah, it's like a belt for people who aren't going to win a belt.
Gaethje's what? He's going to fight the winner of Islam and Oliveira? Unless Oliveira wins. He's probably going to get a third fight, Islam, I would think.
Yeah, that Khabib crew doesn't like rematches either, though.
Right.
Khabib never had a rematch his whole career.
That is true. That's true. I don't know, dude. I don't know if you can...
Is he your GOAT?
No, God, no.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, I don't know if you can put him...
I don't think he's even the GOAT in his own gym.
Mm.
I have DC above him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Even Kane.
Yeah, because Kane, you could consider him one of the best heavyweights ever.
Injured like he did, I would have like crazy
knee surgery
and a spine surgery too.
Yeah, and then he murdered a guy or shot a guy. I don't know if he killed him. Yeah.
Rightfully so, though.
Yeah, totally.
Guy was diddling.
He did what everyone would do. That's what Dana White even said. He's like, everyone says they do it. This motherfucker did it. He fucking shot at this dude. You'd wish that he just chased him down and, like, strangled him.
Shit out of him.
Mm-hmm. Because at least that, if you beat the shit out of him, it's a lot easier to beat than shooting at a guy.
With that, like, he gave the system a chance, but it failed him.
Yeah.
And it was like a couple-year court case, too, I think.
Isn't he good now?
Yeah, I think he's still dealing, like, with the legal part of it.
Yeah.
He is out of prison.
Damn. But I do agree with you. I think Khabib, obviously, ran through everybody. Never lost, but a lot of those early fights, he's fighting nobodies.
It's also like, what happens if you give Connor another crack at him? What happens if you give Dustin another crack at him?
Right, that's true. That's a good point.
Even Gaethje, like, he was landing a lot of leg kicks. Maybe he switches something up. Maybe he can connect. And
Yeah. I mean, Khabib said that Gaethje hit the hardest. He was like, these guys hit like truck, brother. Yeah. Was that the whole... Oh, and Wonder Boy was supposed to fight Michelle.
Yeah, that got scratched.
That would have been a fun fight. I mean, I think Wonder Boy wins every time on the feet.
But I would just do, like, cartwheels the whole time and not even actually, like, engage.
Yeah. Well, that too, but I mean, if you want to play any kind of game on the feet, whether it's flashiness or whatever, any kind of striking, yeah, good luck with Stephen Thompson.
Yeah, you got to come correct.
Yeah.
Pack a lunch.
He's so fucking good. He's old as shit. He's like, I want that belt.
Yeah.
The NMF.
The NMF.
He's the NMF, yeah. Nobody's coming for that. I don't think there's anyone nicer than him. He'll, like, when he fought Vicente Luque, he dropped him a bunch. I mean, I think he finished him. Or almost finished him. He broke both his hands in that fight, but he dropped him, and then Vicente would get up, and he's like, haha, nice. And, like...
Yeah, and some guys, after they fight him, too, are never the same. Like, I don't think Tyron Woodley was ever the same after he fought Wonder Boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's fucking nasty.
Wars.
Right. Oh, another thing, dude. I almost went to a Mets game last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Fuck, what day?
Because I went on Thursday and I went on Saturday.
I almost went on Thursday. That's what it was. I had work, but my buddy was like, dude, I can get us tickets for, I don't know, some cheap price. And,
I mean, I have a ton of vouchers with my season tickets, too, so if you and your buddy want to go, I'll just give them to you.
That'd be dope. Vouchers,
they're only for set days. I can send you what days I can send you.
Oh, that's dope.
But, yeah, I have a ton of vouchers. Basically just free tickets.
You hear that, guys? I got an in.
He's got connections.
That's funny, dude, because the same kid, we're going to a Yankees game on Saturday. A bunch of our friends from Rhode Island are coming up.
Yeah.
And he works for Chobani, the fucking yogurt company.
Yeah.
And every year they buy a bunch of box seats at Yankee Stadium,
mm-hmm.
and you can bring, like, people with you. So we're all going for free. Drinking on Chobani's dime.
Nice.
Drinking, eating.
Like some goddamn Americans.
Yeah, at a baseball game. I do want to go to
Have you been to Citi Field or no?
No. I haven't been to either of them or Yankee Stadium.
Yes. I mean, Citi Field is like it's in the shittiest part of Queens.
Yeah.
In Flushing. And it's all just like, right now, currently, it's all just a bunch of chop shops and shit that they were knocking down over the last few years. Like the new owner was buying up the land, and they're gonna put like a big casino. They're gonna put a soccer stadium there.
Oh shit!
But if you go there now, it looks like the best place to get hepatitis.
Nice. It's always good to know a good place to get hepatitis.
And then the Yankee Stadium, it's in the Bronx. It's also not a great spot, but they at least have some bars around and stuff, so it's cool to like go out before the game or after the game and drink some more.
It's no Fenway.
Yeah, Fenway is pretty awesome.
Fenway's
in that
great.
Regards. All the old stadiums are like that, where like the town was built around it.
That's true.
And you have places to go before and after.
There's the one bar that's like, I forget where it is. It's like behind third base or something at Fenway.
Yeah. They shut the whole street down before the game too and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, it's a whole thing over there. It's ridiculous. It's where I got this hat. That's the point of the podcast we've gotten to, guys. We're talking about
where
I got my hat
wardrobe.
And how I almost went to a...
I got this one at PNC in Pittsburgh.
Nice. See, I think baseball games are the best in terms of, like, going to a game.
Yeah, because, like, just the nature of it, too. You could just walk around usually.
Yeah.
Like, baseball stadiums, they're built that way. That, like, you could just kind of mosey around.
Mm-hmm. And it's nice out. Like, it's always the best weather.
Yeah, it's all summer. And
a football game is, like, obviously cold, and that's the whole thing of it, though. It's like, we're going to go, da-da-dun, da-da-dun. You just hear that in your head while you're breathing fucking cold air out.
Especially, like, in New York, you got to leave so early to get to, like, a 1 o'clock game in East Rutherford, New Jersey. It's the fucking worst place to get to.
Right. I would imagine. But, yeah, I mean, I've been to really only Fenway and the Phillies stadium. Because me and my brother went to a Phillies Red Sox game.
Yeah. I mean, Fenway's
Sox
one of the best
won.
ones to go to. Like, it's, like, old and kind of shitty,
Yeah.
but that's, like, the nostalgia of it.
That's part of it. Yeah. We used to have the Paw Sox over in that's the farm team in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. They moved to Worcester, Massachusetts. Worcester. They're the Woo Sox now. Worcester.
Are they actually called the Woo Sox?
The Woo Sox, like Wu-Tang.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, the Woo Sox. This used to be the Paw Sox, and Pawtucket is known for having nothing, but having the Paw Sox at least. Like Pawtucket historically has, I think they've been bankrupt ever since I was a child. Their school system's bad. I think their water's bad. Their cops ticket more often than not. It's a pretty shitty place, Pawtucket, and
the Paw Sox.
But they had the Paw Sox, but not anymore. Now, it's completely shit. Like it was almost completely shit, but now it's like definitely completely shit.
Not far from here, we have the Cyclones, the Brooklyn Cyclones in Coney Island.
Okay.
And that's the Mets single A team.
Nice.
But that's a fun stadium to go to, too.
Yeah, I mean, the tickets are so cheap. You go to sit in a box.
The minor league games are like, you sit behind the dugout for like $5.
Yeah, it's worth doing. What's the difference between a major league game and a minor league game anyway?
Couple leagues.
They pitch a little faster. Ooh.
I just wish that like the UFC at the Garden was priced like that.
Yeah, dude.
I may never get to experience it.
I know. They're fighting there. The next one. Sugar Sean is fighting Aljamain.
Yeah, Aljo.
That's nuts, dude.
Probably like $500 for the nosebleeds.
Yeah, but MSG, Stipe Jones.
I'm going to the PFL in the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah, in August.
That's so weird they do that system. I know it's a tournament,
Yeah,
but
it's pretty fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, they usually put on pretty good shows.
Nice.
My friend works for them, so I'll be in the VIP there.
Very fun. Who do they have that's like, I know for a while they had Rory, and he was like a big name.
Kayla Harrison.
Right. Forgot about her. Has she lost? She's lost, right? Isn't there this like...
She lost the championship last year.
There's like this big yoked girl that's like fucking people up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Larissa Pacheco. She's
Yes.
the one who beat Kayla Harrison.
Right. Yeah, that girl's fucking people up.
They have a couple nasty heavyweights.
Did Clarissa Shields fight in the PFL?
She did.
She fought a couple fights.
Yeah, she got, grappled and manhandled, but then she did a couple, like, they do, like, prize fights that, like, once you're eliminated from the playoffs, they'll, like, let you fight as, like, a showcase fight.
Mm-hmm.
She did one of those last year, I think.
Right.
Or 2 years ago.
Was it Kamaru's brother that used to be there? Or it was someone's brother in the UFC. I don't know if it was Kamaru. Because I know he's in the UFC now.
Yeah. I think Kamaru's brother was in Bellator, no?
Maybe. Somebody's brother. Big yoked black man. I'm assuming it's...
Maybe it was Kamaru's brother.
I don't know.
Pettis was there for a little bit.
Yep. I remember that.
They just signed Jake Paul.
Beautiful. Oh, we're stupid. Francis Ngannou. Holy shit.
Well, they signed him, but he hasn't fought there yet.
Right. He's supposed to... he's fighting Tyson Fury. Yeah, it's finally got announced. That's dope. I mean, he's going to lose, but it's dope. It'll be fun.
Boxed in, and then that'll probably be the last you hear of him.
Hey, Francis has the ability to put out any person probably that's ever lived. Good luck touching Tyson Fury.
Yeah, but it's just not as exciting when they can stand up. Like, he can put Tyson out in the first round.
Yeah.
And then Tyson will just get up. in the 10 count, and then you still have to fight him for another 12 rounds,
Right.
another 11 rounds.
And I mean, he survived Deontay 3 times.
Yeah, I thought he died.
Sure, everyone did.
He just got right up.
Yeah, that was one of those moments where it's like, that's like the Leon Kamaru moment where you're like, oh, except, I mean, even with that happening,
Bully than you, Rocky.
even even with the Gypsy King getting flatlined like that and standing back up, if you go round by round, he wins. It was ruled a draw. It was in America.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he got dropped twice. The second time, that it was bad.
And then the next fights weren't even like that competitive.
The second one wasn't. The third one,
That was
he
the one he
dropped
blamed
him.
on his costume, or that was the third one?
I think he had an excuse every fight except the first because it didn't lose, technically.
Yeah, I think it was the second one where he like blamed on his costume, right?
His trainer, he said his trainer put, because his trainer's the one who fucking threw the towel in the second one. So he's like, he fired him. He just made all type of excuses. Yeah, he didn't lose with grace at all. Any of those times, even
He's a sore loser.
yeah, dude, big time. Tyson Fury knocked him the fuck out in the third one after getting dropped twice. And knocked him the fuck out and went up to him and he's like, I respect you as a good fighting man. And
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
That's not bad, right? And Deontay's sitting there. He's like, I don't respect you. Nah, I don't. Be beaten to shit. He's like, nah, don't. He's just standing, dying on that
Bleeding out
hill.
of his ears and shit.
Oh, dude. Dying on that hill. And what's crazy is in that first fight, when he got up and won the rest of that round, that last round or whatever the fuck it was, he figured out how he was going to fight him the second time.
Yeah. He was also trying to say Tyson was cheating with like the way his mitts work, because he was like opening him up to like that stinging jab. It looked weird, but like I've seen a lot of people do that before.
And people were saying that his knuckles were here, and he was like, this was flapping up, like he was hitting him with his palm and shit. Which I'm sure he was like doing this. He's opening his hand.
Yeah, I don't think that's illegal, right? A palm strike. Like, can you just?
I don't know. In boxing, they'll probably tell you like not to do that.
It would also look so ridiculous if it was like if his knuckles were down here on the mitt.
Yeah, that was one of the... What he was actually doing... I conflated the whole thing. What he was actually doing was he probably had his hand and was posting on him and whatever.
Yeah.
But what people were saying, they thought the gloves were floppy. So they thought his fist was down here.
He was doing weird things, but he was... I don't know. It was working.
Yeah. I mean, he beat the fuck out of him that fight bad. And then he won the... I mean, he might be the best heavyweight champion ever.
Yeah. Because no one's been that size and that fast and skilled and like his defense is next level.
Yeah, I mean heavyweights usually don't box as well as lighter weights, like technically box.
You know, welterweights.
Yeah. Like, dude, T-Bud, I was so fucking impressed. It was like... He's reached his peak.
Yeah.
Magnificent. Dude, he fucking... Earl looked like he was in another car crash. He got his fucking ass beat. And I won money, so I like that.
Winning money is always good.
Yeah, especially when people get hurt. How deep are we into this? Are we probably...
58 minutes and 49 seconds.
Oh, that's beautiful. See, guys, we can still bullshit our way through this.
A little fight talk. Throw down.
Yeah. Next week, there might be, I don't know, maybe there won't be an episode. We'll talk about this off air. Well, because I think I'm going back to Rhode Island next week, and then my brother's coming back with me. So, I don't know. Maybe scheduling will be weird.
Seeing some family or got some shows?
It's pretty much seeing family. I might be able to jump on a show while I'm down there if anyone's having them. But definitely seeing the fam, and then coming back with my brother. He took a week off work, so he gets to shack it on the air mattress. And he's a big boy, so he'll probably wake up and it'll be flat as fuck. So, fuck it, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening.